G'day everyone. Welcome to all of the puzzle combatters. My apologies for that. Welcome to another set of Alliance War hits. The first official live stream or official set of war hits that I've done for the new year. So welcome everyone to 2022. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for those of you that celebrated. Be that in December or in January as it happened to be. So welcome back everyone. Hopefully we'll have another awesome and fun year in 2022. So we will launch, I guess, straight into all of this Alliance War stuff that we've got going on. Yeah, for those of you that have carried over from my Empires and Puzzles War stream that I did immediately before this, welcome. This is Puzzle Combat, another game made by Small Giant Games. It's very similar. You'll notice a lot of similarities as well as hopefully a couple differences. And for me, the differences are what really make this game much more interesting and fun than what Empires and Puzzles is becoming. For one, there's no freaking rush wars, so yay. But otherwise, we'll jump into all of this. So we are facing this alliance. It does translate to English as the Bearded Lumberjacks. They are an ally that we've battled on and off for a long time now. Yeah, they seem to be trying something a little different this time since we last faced them. They are using purple tanks, which is, I've always thought, a very ballsy choice, shall we say. The main reason is because there is a hero that is widely available and extremely good at absolutely neutering purple tanks, and that's this guy here. His name's 8-Bit, if you're not familiar with him. He does damage to everyone, but most importantly, he gives out a minus 48% defense buff to all the enemies to yellow tiles, or all yellow damage for the next 3 turns. So basically, 8-Bit on his own is responsible for, in my opinion, the reason why purple tanks aren't really a viable option anymore in puzzle combat. So you can see they've got a bit of a range of defensive tanks here. The only two that are probably the top tier ones is probably this guy here. His name is Breakthrough. He's quite a hefty defensive tank if you don't get some tiles to kill him off relatively quickly. Krampus isn't too great in the tank position. He doesn't have the best stats to be a tank. But what he does have is he's got the ability to steal buffs and give ailments, basically switcheroo them. But really, at the tank position, it's going to be fairly limited because there's not a huge amount of tanks buffs that'll be firing. Wilma's another common option. Wilma does a defense buff and damage share for her allies. So she is an acceptable option, I guess, and then Talon is probably the only other one that's really worth using as a tank. So overall though, I think purple tanks are not a great choice for Alliance Wars. So yeah, it is what it is. So we'll see how these teams go. So I have semi-scrambled, I guess, to do up some some purple tanking enemies teams. They're not too different to the ones that I already use, so you'll notice that 3 of the 6 teams are identical to those that I use against green tanks and in fact blue tanks as well, just because they're so extremely efficient at killing things. So scoreline wise, sorry, I should have cracked into that a little bit earlier in my waffle. We've got 5914 and a war score of 118,000. Lumberjacks have a score of 4283. 49 flags remaining, so they do have more flags, and a war score of 115k. So there is a little bit of a difference, but not too much of one between the two teams. In fact, if they continue on with the same points per flaggage that they've used so far, they're going to end up with a score of 5917. So even without my attacks, their scores are projected to be pretty much identical. So all of my points at this stage, which are the final 6 flags, are something of a bonus at this stage. So I will be trying to take out the teams that have got the most points available. So we've got 51 points is so far the biggest. That one drops down to 50. Peter has 51. I don't think we're going to see any that are much higher than 51 at this stage. 53 is probably about the most we'll see. So there you go. There's a, what's that? 50. Yeah, that is a 53 there. I think 40, 53. Yep. There might be a 56 around. That's a 54. 50. That one's lost a couple points off it. What's Irene giving out? 51. Probably should have done this before starting the stream, but that's okay. You guys will just have to bear with me. 51 there as well. Alright, so I think 51 and that 153 is about as good as we're going to get. So we'll kick off, I guess, with Eugene, who is giving us 54, and then we'll get this guy with a non-English syllables, which will give us 53, and then after that we're going to crack into the 51s. So we'll start off, I guess. So first team, straight off the rank, it is probably by this stage quite a familiar team to my regular viewers. It's going to be an Emma and Blunderbuss special combo. So we've got our double Emma set up. We're going to use my mid-tier Blunderbuss, which is the one... Actually, which Ksenia are we using? We're using the biggest one. So we're going to use our worst Blunderbuss, which is this 12 plus 12, but he's also got a 7 out of 10 special skill. We're going to use our unlevel or unemblemed Wyatt, and then finally our plus 19 Ksenia. So switch those to crits and the dodge gun here, and that should be about right. So first live stream war attack of puzzle combat in the year 2022. Hopefully we kick ourselves off with a nice juicy board, which is going to give me lots of cascades and lots of greens. About half right. Looks like there's lots of greens, so we'll pick up all those greens to start ourselves off. Just grab this green into a better spot, and now I've got this red match, which I can use. Right here, we'll make that red-blue match, which will cascade those greens. And hopefully... Almost. So hopefully get us to a point where we've got... I wanted to be able to make this this blue thing here into a match. Yeah, sorry. Except it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get it. Yeah. Right, that's okay. We'll just muddle ourselves along a little bit, trying to get some tiles that didn't want to match. So we've got Emma's charged, lose our Blunderbuss, which is actually a little bit annoying. We'll heal ourselves up a bit. Heal. And use our double Emma. Not nearly as effective when it's got no Blunderbuss behind it, but it's alright. Oh man, we lost Ksenia as well. I fluffed around way too much with that, trying to get those other tiles to auto match. Oh, it was that did us in. So that didn't look like that should have killed us off. What is going on here? Ah, revived. Okay, that makes more sense then. So that doesn't make sense, but that does. Dead. Oh man. I was far too cavalier about this, to be honest. That's not going to get to a matchable position. Ah! Stupid cascade. Alright, much too cavalier about that first bit in there. I'm going to have to be a little bit more mindful about how we approach these next boards, because this one's not going to end up going well. We do this, what's that going to get us? It's going to get us 2 purples to match up. It's not going to get that. It's going to put them into nowhere. Emma might fire. Let's just do it. See what happens. Alright, Emma did fire. Alright, I fluffed around too much trying to get those greens on the right hand side to auto match. I should have just taken the match and been done with it. So that was just stupid on my part. Alright, let's take this a little bit more seriously. So Mortis, second Ksenia. This one we're going to use our unemblemed one. We're going to use our highest leveled Blunderbuss. Third Emma. There she is, and one of our +7s. Alright, let's just play this one to win without being fancy about it. Alright, so goal is to match greens and reds. So I'm going to grab this red match here to start ourselves off because it was leading to that purple cascade that we saw. I'll grab a second red match onto Mortis just to start getting rid of him, and then I'll just start picking up some green tiles now. Starting with those ones straight up. Grab those green ones rather than try and auto match them, which was our problem last time. It does look like we might take a little bit of a hit here. Between Mortis and Blair. Which is unideal. Next turn we'll get her. Maybe. Oof. How does he die? Oh, there it goes. That explains it. Alright, so we got rid of Mortis, which is something. So now we just got to pick up Blair before she can really fire off a second time. Because Blair once is manageable, Blair twice on the same heroes starts really hurting. So we're just going to get Ksenia charged. That has propagated a long way now. Just get that up. Nobody. Thanks, Ksenia. Alright, let's try Ksenia again. Pick up some tiles. Second time, seriously, wow. Alright, getting a little more worried now. Third time's the charm, as they say. Come on, revive someone. Oh, you are kidding me, really? 3 times with nothing. Wow. Wow, that's about the worst I think I've ever had as a revive rate from Ksenia. Fire out. I can't come back from this because I'm gonna die from that. Unless I get some crazy awesome charge. Fire out. Ah. Wow. Give me a sec. Apparently I need to refresh my RNG. Right, let's try all of that all over again. And essentially what I done, I basically just went and refreshed my RNG by closing out of the game and starting it up again from scratch. So the whole thing with PRNG is it uses a seed which it generates at the time of logging in. That seed is lasting for about 20 minutes before it retrieves a new seed from the server. You can effectively, if you've got a bad run, like a really, really bad run of local RNG, which is where the boards are done, you can quit out of everything and start again in order to attempt to refresh it. So that is what I've done. So let's try a third time for something which resembles a half decent board, which can get us some points, because at the moment we are on almost none. We'll grab Ksenia 3, Blunderbuss 3, and Anna at 4-80. Wherever she is. Let's go past. There she is. Alright, we'll go dodge gun here, speed crit here, speed crit, and speed crit. Alright, so I just said in chat, I got told there was absolutely no luck there, which there really wasn't. That was probably the least luck I think I've ever had from a set of Ksenia revive attempts. That was three attempts of reviving any one of 4 dead allies at 33% chance each time to revive someone or that hero. So yeah, if you're inclined to mathematical pursuits, you can run the maths on how unlucky that is. But yeah, that was an absolutely ridiculous run of non-revives essentially. On what that is normally a fairly safe team for me, those first two. Admittedly, the first one I played really poorly. I didn't play that well at all. This one's not going well, and I don't really understand why. What the hell is going on? Far out. I must have really pissed off some RNG thing recently because I'm actually flabbergasted by how poorly this is going. It's not even the tanks, it's just I'm literally getting abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Far out. What the actual fuck is going on? What's that? That's 30 points off 3 attacks or something? Or is it 50 points off 3 attacks? What the fuck? I don't have anything. I just don't have anything going here. Alright. There's nothing for it but to press on, I guess. What's this setup? What else is in this? And another white. Alright, I guess 4th time's the charm? Whatever the saying is for 4. Yellows. I killed someone. Only took me 3 fights, but I killed someone. Alright. I don't even know where we're going from here. Alright. There we go. Try and pick up some more yellow tiles. Kill Terminus. That is not where I said to move those tiles, keyboard. Alright, looks like we'll succeed after our 4th attempt at a war fight. Definitely the lowest rate of attack that I have ever had at this stage in puzzle combat. And that is saying quite a lot given the number of wars I've fought over the past couple years. That was bad, like really bad. Oh dear. Alright, let's go Rudy and Joe. And we're going to toss in our second 8-bit. We've got another Cooper to go in here. And Goldman, I think, is the last one for this team. Yep. Switch this gun over to speed and crit on both of them. We'll try that. The only upside is that it seems that the other team are struggling as much with RNG as I've been. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't make too much of a difference in the end for us, how this all turns out, because if this war was depending on my hits at this stage, we'd be just about as good as fucked. Alright, we got yellow tiles coming in somewhat frequently now, so we can kill off the reviver there. And we'll just try to pick up some more yellows or reds. We won't be too fussy about which one we get. There's some reds. We'll just grab some final yellows. Not too worried if Mortis there fires, and then we'll just finish it off with a case of 8-bit Goldman followed by Cooper. That should be done. Oh, we got a revive. It's alright, we'll finish it that way. And a second revive. How come we get back-to-back 30% revives, but we can't get a single 33% revive? Curious and curiouser. Right, 2 done. And by 2 done, I mean literally 2. If you've just joined us, welcome. Apologies, you missed the fireworks. It's probably been one of the worst set of war hits that I've had to date. So you're in for a rare spectacle. Last attack. How many points is Hummer worth? 50. Irene, 51. I don't think there were any that was still over 51. Alright. Highlight video. Highlight of this video has got to be the last attack. We've had enough crappy tiles, and this time we are going to be expecting to get a... Oops, where am I even going? Out of that. I want a 2-move victory here, where the 2 moves will be made by myself, obviously, and that is all the moves that I'll make for the entire fight. The rest will be cascades and it will kill everybody. That's my expectation at this stage, given the first couple hits, is that it must have been saving up all of the crappy RNG for this one. Sup, Archibald? You've joined us in time to see a 2-move victory here. I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, we'll just make some green tiles move. Grab these yellow ones under the middle of Wilma there, and then pick up some extra tiles. Not too worried about Wilma firing because I've got a match 3 yellow lined up underneath her, and it will give Sherry that strong damage out to the nearby enemies, which we saw there. And now we're just going to finish charging everyone up. You can have that. Addy boop. Boop. And we'll follow up with you as well. There we go. Got that on you. Infect Ksenia. Definitely not a 2-move victory. Probably expecting a little bit too much of RNG there. And we'll just steal all those buffs. You can get booped. Alright. I think it's safe to say at this point that we managed to get a second or a third victory out of my 6 flags. It's a shame that it didn't work out better earlier. Alright, so if we review all of that, we've ended up with 3 clean kills and 3 absolute stupid hits at the start. One of them was probably entirely my fault, this one here. I definitely didn't play that very well. Could definitely have moved some tiles a little bit better. These 2, I am just going straight out and blaming RNG. The one against... Yeah, both of them, like... Seriously. 9 attempts, no, 9 by 4, that's 36. 36 attempts at reviving anyone at 33%, and I got 0 successes. Like, that is, hang on. Let's actually just quickly run that, because that is ridiculous. So what is it? It's 30, so it's 67, 0.67. What did we say it was? We said it was 36 attempts. Yep. Oops. Alright, so that had a 0.000055% chance of occurring, getting 0 revives out of 36 attempts. So yeah, RNG really hated me on that fight, and the one on Peter was, yeah, just absolutely no tiles. Couldn't do anything with it. So yeah, that is all it is for this one. It was better than my Empires and Puzzles hits. It wasn't rush attack style, but it was just about as frustrating, being honest. It was, yeah, not good for a while there. But yeah, we've recovered a little bit. I think we ended up with just over 200 points in that war. 207 points there. So taking a bit of a hammering my my average. I think my average before this war was sitting up at about 280, 285-ish across a 10 war average. But yeah, that 200 will definitely put a bit of a dent in it. So it is what it is though. There's not much I can really do if you don't get any tiles to do anything with them. So fortunately, we've got a couple pirates there that have done quite well, keeping those Lumberjacks mostly out of top 10, which is always good, from our perspective anyway. So that's pretty much all I got from this. I didn't manage to contribute too much more to that total, but we have managed to get a little bit further ahead in terms of the pointage. So they're now forecast or on track to get 6. What's 1-6? And then they've got, what's that? 40 flags left. Alright, so they're on track to get 5,800 points at this stage. So hopefully our victory will hold, and yeah, we'll see how things end up. So I wish you guys all the very best with your war hits if you have not already done them. But that's pretty much all I got for this video. So good luck with your wars. Hope they all turn out well. And most importantly, good luck to everybody with the Mechanoid Menace event that has just popped up. Wish you guys all the best, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe.